Hi guys, I'm Joe Cassidy, and today I'm gonna have a movie talk. This isn't going to be like my rant, so I'm gonna try to keep this short. And today I want to talk about Rock of Ages. This was suggested to me by a friend on Facebook, and I'm gonna open it with, this is gonna be my movie in short. This is gonna be one of those movies that you either really like or you dislike. That's pretty much what it comes down to, because after seeing this movie, I looked it up on my own. I looked at some reviews and some comments, and I started to think about what makes this movie work and what doesn't. So, I'll talk about what really worked for Rock of Ages. So, when I was in the theater, I ended up getting myself prepared, trying to, get into the mindset of taking this seriously, or like wanting to really get into the feel of it. But the first song that plays in the film sort of takes away all serious aspect about it, because you've got a bunch of people singing in a bus. And I keeled over, like I couldn't stop laughing at that. So I knew from then on that the rest of this movie is one of those things that you're not supposed to think too hard about. And that's what helps people really like this movie. Because if you don't think too much about the realism, if you don't think too much about the story, and you just sort of go with it, like go with, these good songs that are probably in your favorite genre, or you like these songs from the 80s, then, you'll have fun with it. The jokes are okay, the characters are good, Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise. It's got something. It's entertaining, in the least. But for the other side, though, it's not quite enough, because you're working with a jukebox musical. You're working with one of these movies based on a musical that kind of lacks some of the story, or some of the more important story building necessities to kind of make you care about it, because you have a cliche love story, you have a misunderstanding that happens, you have, people who thought the jokes were corny, people who thought that Tom Cruise couldn't sing, and you have people who thought that, the strip in LA in 1987 was nothing like this, and people are dressed way too, the way they just couldn't get into anything, or into certain things. There's always something that just brings down the whole movie for them. And that's okay, because as viewers, we are entitled to let it be known that this is something that really can bring something good down, or something that, should be avoided. So, that's what it comes down to. Rock of Ages is something that, if you're into the genre, if you're into, kind of feeling good, listening and watching some really great performances, then Rock of Ages will work it for you. It'll do that. And a lot of people like it for that. And if you don't mind the corny story, as for me, I've seen worse stories played out. If we're not gonna, focus or nitpick too much on that, then yeah, Rock of Ages will be pretty fun for you. You'll get into it, and for me personally, I really liked the look and the feel of just what it was trying to do, the kind of spirit of the 80s that it wanted to represent. But I can respect with other people, though, when they say that this doesn't really capture what rock really means to them, or the 80s means to them. And a lot of the things that we film now presently, a lot of that, it just didn't work out for this time period in the 2010s. So some people thought that, this shouldn't have been a movie. Some people were really okay with this. Again, I'm going to get to the bottom line. It's something that if you try and you don't think too hard, which I know is really wrong of me to say as a viewer, then you're going to enjoy this. But if you're looking for something a little bit deeper, then don't bother. Because it's not about that. It's not about portraying, it's not about, showing what was really going on at the time. It's not historical. Especially with the main antagonist of the movie being this Bible-bashing kind of group of conservatives. Because in the end, it falls weak. And I have to say that personally too, but at the time, I didn't really care. So that's what I thought about Rock of Ages. And if you have any other opinions, just know in the comments below. And yeah. Have a nice day.